We're not in the forest today. I don't have a car. I can get to the forest from here, but in order to get to our Halipu forest, I would need to drive a bit. But hey, Space Gal, I thought that let's look at these awesome colors because here in Lapland, the fall foliage. Hey, Heavenly Dew. Hey to Dallas. Hey, Tommy. Nice to have you here. The fall foliage. We'll get closer. It looks nicer from closer by, but the fall foliage is at its best at the moment. I don't know if you saw on Instagram um, a post I did a few days ago. These are the actually the leaves or some of them that I used for it. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? We don't have quite as beautiful. I know that in like North America there is quite incredibly beautiful fall foliage. Uh, yeah, no, they are leaves. They are rowan leaves. We will go and hunt them, hunt for rowan leaves soon. But I thought that we would today look a bit at the science behind this whole thing because it's so interesting. I thought at least because there has to be a reason why this whole thing happens. First you have these beautiful green leaves. Well, this is of course you already see a little bit here. The autumn has touched it already, but like you start from the green and then what you get is this incredible rainbow. Or do you not get them at all? You got different kinds of leaf trees, I guess so. Hoi oma. Ja, geweldig mooi hè. Ik ben alleen vandaag. Stefan is op werk. Maar. Um, so, so what I thought, let's look at the reason why this happens. Oh, I just love these colors. They are so vivid and beautiful. Um, do you know? So is where we start, eh? Really? Well, this is the rowan. Do you have rowans? Mostly palm trees, of course. Yeah, no, no, they don't need to change because the reason for this whole thing happening is sort of the metabolism of the trees. Yes, hey Patimo, nice to see you. Um, so so yeah, maple we don't have at all, and maple turns beautiful red, doesn't it? They are so amazing, and people come here to our village to actually look at them. Um, yeah, chlorophyll. Um, I think it is. Well, you speak English, so you probably better know it better. But um, so the green in the leaves, that's the chlorophyll. That's the yeah, exactly. The one that does the now I forgot the word again. Photosynthesis, right? So photosynthesis, I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. So when the trees make food for themselves from the with the energy of the sunlight from the yeah, exactly. Good that you write them down because I might pronounce them strangely. So um so when the leaves make food for the plant with this chlorophyll from the with the energy of the sun and from the water and from the carbon dioxide, right? I have to try to translate this whole thing in my mind, so it's a bit tricky. But so that's why, in the summertime, all the leaves, all the grasses, things, they are nicely making themselves food and growing and growing berries and whatever. Hey, hi John. It's just me today. Stefan is working, and that's why it's good to do a little bit of this kind of sciencey stuff. Yes, but then when the autumn comes and what has happened here now, this as you see from my fingers, it's already a little bit chilly. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I love it. So it starts turning colder. In the night you might even get night frost, but but the days get shorter. We are in the Arctic, so over here, as you know, the days get really short. We get, well, basically the days disappear completely in the wintertime. The sun doesn't come up when it's the deepest winter. And so in the autumn, we slowly start moving towards that period. Days get shorter, things will start changing. Yeah, yeah, that's true in a lot of places that happens. Yeah, in October, but here it's already in September. It's beautiful, isn't it? And so when the tree notices that, okay, hey, it's getting colder, it's autumn, I need to protect myself. That's what the tree thinks. And then what then happens? Evenings and nights, yeah, they are here as well in Lapland. And soon it's going to be darker here than in other places. Now it's still lighter. So when the tree notices that now I need to do something, it starts the chlorophyll in the leaves starts breaking down. And of course, this kind of stuff, these substances that the tree uses to make, for instance, the chlorophyll, the green, it's precious. You know, it takes a lot of energy to create it. And so what it does, all of it disintegrates, and the molecules, they go back into the first into the leaves, and then they travel back to the branches and the trunk. So the tree takes in all of these precious molecules, all of the precious nutrients that it has used in the summertime to keep the food production going. And then, as you see actually from this leaf, look, let's take this one out, for instance. Can I zoom it? Does it zoom? the There's still some green left. Oh, now it's zoomed nicely. And then there's the yellows and sort of orangey thing here already. And what happens here? It's not that the color that there's an orange color that comes into the leaf of anything. What happens is that when the green goes out, the green has been so overpowering that the orange and the yellow, it has been there the whole time. It's those let me think if I remember the word in English. It's carotenoids. So it's the same kind of chemicals from the same family that you have it in carrots or sweet potato or whatever. All of these colors, anyways, it's you see them in like edible vegetables as well. Yeah. Okay. So I said it right, I guess. Carotenoids. Yeah. So that's what's left. It has been there the whole time, and then when the green goes out, the orange and the yellow shades, they get their time to shine. So the overpowering green moves back to the stem. The tree takes it in, and then what is left is these oranges and yellows. However, the red ones, then again, these are formed in the leaf. So this is not a color that is already present in the leaf while it's green. This forms only when the green starts disintegrating. So I don't know exactly you have to look it up. You probably know that better, but I don't exactly know how it works with the red ones. There is a system like when the green starts disintegrating, then the reds start forming. In case it doesn't happen in all trees. Here, when you look around, all of the ones that will go closer soon, but all of the ones that have like this reddish, yeah, that's the chlorophyll. That's what the green does. That's the photosynthesis. So that's when the trees are making food for themselves with the sunlight, from all the water and carbon dioxide. But so the ones that you see that are red, for us here, it's the rowan trees and the aspens. They turn beautiful red, and we can look at that tiny little plant there as well soon. Hey, to Pakistan! Nice to have you here. Look at these beautiful reds that we have here. But I've said before, we don't always get these beautiful reds here. It doesn't always get this gorgeous autumn like we've had this year. And apparently, the reason for that, I didn't know that. I found it out today when I was trying to find out the, the names for everything in English. But the reason for that is apparently that the more sunny, the more bright the time when the leaves start turning has been, the more red can form. So these are anthocyanins. I don't know how to pronounce it all. It's anthocyani in Finnish, but I don't know how to pronounce it. You have this as well in red vegetables and berries and everything. So it's the same red, anthocyani, anthocyanins, red season. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very often here as well in Lapland, but this year we've had so beautiful reds as well. Look at this deep purple here. This is not a rowan, this is a rose leaf. We can take a look at that as well in a second. So the purples and the reds come from these anthocyans, science, anti-science. It almost sounds like, but that's not what it is. Look at this one. This is so bright. If you go on our Instagram page, on Halipu's Instagram page, you can see a cool picture that I did a few days ago. That got a lot of likes. It was like 500 likes, and I haven't had that many for a long time. So that was cool. People like the colors. People like the rainbow on our Instagram. But so that's, as said, the green one, the chlorophyll, the the one that does the photosynthesis, start breaking up, breaking apart. What is left is the oranges and the yellows that have been in the leaf the whole time. And then while it's being the green is disintegrating, that's when the reds start forming. And here this year it has been very dry and sunny. So that's why we have gotten all of these gorgeous, gorgeous reds. Let's go and take a peek now. So what happens when the autumn starts? I think that is so cool as well. When we go and take a look. Oh, look at that bird. See that there? At this time, normally the all the rowan berries would be gone because the birds come and they eat them. Oh, thank you, Tommy. That's nice. Such a beautiful bird. Can't get closer to it. Wait, can I zoom it? No, I can't. Oh, it's finding all kinds of stuff from the grass here. But look, so even in the same tree, there are very different colors of leaves, different stages. You see? Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? Start some sort of safari programs. take take over the BBC stuff. This we did have a thought, by the way. It's really funny. I was talking with this one Finnish newsreader about it, and he was very interested. Stops the production of chlorophyll with starting anthocyanin, which is found in raspberries. Yeah, raspberries and all kinds of red fruit and berries. Yeah, that's what happens. And so when the when this whole process starts, at the same time, look, let's see, can I do it with one hand? What happens here? Oh, zoom. I don't want to zoom. What happens here at the stem of the leaf? It starts. It happens rather fast, and that's because of a lot of the. Well, first of all, the autumn comes really fast. Like they have to be pretty fast in order to do it before the snow falls. But then also because they are genetically very close to each other. A lot of like the kind of plants that we have here, the versatility is so much less than in a lot of places. But that's why they kind of all turn in one go. I know that in some places it takes like 1.5 months, but here not. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Look, oh, now it zoomed in perfectly. So when the leaf, like this, and now again not. So when what happens is that the when the trees pull in the all the nutritions, it starts creating like a barrier between. Oh, look, that's what happens straight away. So it starts building a sort of these barrier cells between the like at the edge where the leaf ends here and the branch starts. So the reason for that is that it doesn't. If it does that, it doesn't. There's no open wound left. You know. Yeah, zoom in. Come on. Ah, how do I get this to zoom? Come on. Oh no, perfect. So so there would be like basically an open wound in the tree if it were just like left like that, and then all the bacteria and the all the funguses would get in just like that. Ah. Well, here it's a bit colder. I'm not sure if I get everybody's messages, but so the tree needs to protect itself from all of these. Look, now that I pulled it out, there's a little bit of green here left still. It creates this barrier. Again, another way of protecting itself from from unwanted things such as the funguses and such as the all the bugs and things that can get in via these open wounds. And then that's then why the leaves are so why they fall so easily. When you try to pull out a leaf when it's the plant is in its full growth, it's not easy. You know, the plant is really like holding on to the leaf, but then when it starts getting ready to drop the leaf, then they come off really easily. And here you see on the leaves the same thing happens with these small leaves. You see, there's still this thing is still left, but these small parts they just fall out really easily. I find that really it's such an intricate system, such a smart system. Look, this is a tiny little plant that we have here. Maple trees. No, we don't. Yeah, that's what I would love to. I would love to have maple trees because they get so beautiful. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's so cool. And this is so funny. It is. Yeah, it's so gorgeous. That's why they've here in the village they have planted around the road here. This is like the main road of the village. They have planted a lot of rowan trees because they are so beautiful in the autumn. Yeah, well, in the south of Finland they have maple trees, but not here in Lapland. But look, this is the tiny. This is marjatu. I think it's marjatuomipihlaja. I think so. I can't even remember this because we just got it last summer. We planted it, and then we thought in the spring we were going to protect it, and we forgot completely. Yeah, we forgot it completely, and look what happened. The rabbits ate all the stems, and I thought that okay, it died. Even here, you see, it just ignored the whole beginning, the whole bottom of the stem, and I thought that that was it for this plant, but no, it was so resilient, and it just came like this. You know, when we bought it was small. There were like 3 stems, and now after this summer, even though it had been almost eaten completely, now it's like this. And so I think that this is going to be so beautiful on our yard in the coming years. If you look at this color that these leaves are now already getting, man, there's really proper pinks here. You see? This is going to be such a beauty on our yard. I'm really looking forward to how it looks like in the coming years when it gets bigger. But this is not a plant that grows naturally here. This is a Saskatoon, right? It's one sort of Saskatoon, and we don't have those naturally here. But this has been like they have started growing these here. The bunnies can eat something else and not my beautiful little plant. I think we're going to put like one of those big buckets here. Oh, thank you, John. We're going to put one of those big buckets on top of it for the winter, so then the bunnies don't get to it. Darn bunnies. They can go eat something else. Although it was so cute. We have like this bunny family. I don't know why. Hey, thank you, Timo. We have had them for several years already. They like to live on our yard. And this year there was there was a whole family of them. They were really they were uh, they were sitting under a car and they were going into the garage and everything. So they clearly considered this their yard. When we came back from holiday, we saw Timo on our holiday live. You may have seen the broadcast, but when we were going around Finland, we came back and the bunnies had taken over our yard. But they were so cute. We had those tiny little baby bunnies. It was so sweet. I mean, on the other hand, I'm going like, you're going to eat all our plants, but then they're so cute that I can't be angry at them. This is a sort of a rose, and this has gorgeous white flowers, but it looks really messy. This is a very old bush, anyways. But this has the flowers from this. They have an incredible scent. The flower is really beautiful, but the scent is even more beautiful. And then in the autumn you get this, and that's also so wonderful. That's a I saw I don't remember. Yeah, and it was so nice. Timo is such an excellent guide. He was showing us places. I fell in love with Tampere because of Timo. Timo showed us like sort of I think the best sides of the city. I had been there before, but I had never seen what a lovely city it actually is. So if you ever come to Finland, then go to Tampere. I can recommend. Come to Lapland as well. Can make these leaves into scent spray. As children, we always used to try that, but of course we had no clue how to do it. I would find that interesting as well because I do enjoy that kind of different kinds of beautiful scents. I really love that. But I forgot what I was going to say actually. I completely forgot. This is another rose, but this is a more common kind. Still some rosebuds here as well. But this doesn't get as beautiful colors as that midsummer rose over there. You see? This has a purple color and this not. But what I found really funny, I just told you about the how the reds depend on how much light there has been in the time when the green starts disintegrating. But what you often notice, at least here, I don't know how it is in your part of the world, that the tops of the trees, the tallest trees, their tops start turning red. And because today I only found out about that light thing, and then I was like, oh yeah, of course, but that must be the reason for that then, because the tops of the trees, of course, they get the most sunlight. They are in the brightest place, so it would be logical. Yeah, it would be logical that they then start getting the red color even when the rest of the tree doesn't. The brown color in the leaves, then again, that doesn't really have much to do with the rose. Is not a rose. It's not a rose. think at least. The brown color doesn't come from chemicals as such. This is apparently the cell walls. I don't know if this is considered brown. It looks brown to me, sort of, but that's what. So the brown doesn't have such an interesting reason to it. I mean, the brown is like here, for instance. This is fireweed that has lost its color. Let's walk to the neighbor's yard. The neighbor's yard, that's an abandoned house, which they're going to take down soon. But ooh, I smell the rose though. How can that be? I mean, the how funny. The actual flowers are out already since a long time, but there's still the scent is there. Here's still fireweed that has the full color. The name could come from this. It is, isn't it, Ricky? The name could come from these beautiful colors, but apparently it comes from this being one of the first plants that appears when there has been a forest fire. So fireweed you really get in those places, and it's a great plant. I've told people that have been following us before know that I used to hate fireweed as a kid. I thought that was such a boring flower, but now I love it. You can use it also the uh, the fireweed in so many ways. Great plant. Now, not of course, you can't use this anymore because the all the potent stuff is gone already. I wonder though. Now the neighbor that is owned by the municipality. When I was a child, we had neighbors here, but but they moved out a long time ago, and there's actually the house is it has mold in it, so you can't have anybody live there. Your neighbors, let me see, neighbors lets you walk into the backyard. Now this house is empty, but in Finland, anyways, this kind of stuff. Uh, of course, you don't go into other people's yards. That's obvious. You know, people don't just wander into our yard. But we do have the everyman's right. Doesn't include people's houses and cottages and the yards like that, but you can walk in everybody's forest. And here on this yard, that's an old well, by the way, over here. And then here you have, I really like the rowan trees on this yard. They are really beautiful. Not 100% sure what that plant is there. Hey, Christian. Nice to see you. No, in Finland nobody gets shot for that. That's one of the that you don't have to be afraid of. But here, that thing then again, that red little thing over there, that's a sauna. And I know that because this has been abandoned for quite a while, this house. I know that there have been people who have actually been going and heating that sauna. It's a wood heated sauna. Been going into that sauna like because it belongs to nobody. Finns and saunas, you know how we work. Here is rhubarb. We have a rhubarb on our yard as well. And I know that there's also people who come here and pick the rhubarb who don't have rhubarb on their yard. But I mean, that's completely fine. It's the kind of stuff that nobody gets angry about. Yeah, but the thing is that like this is an old house, but it has been empty for a long time because it's got like it's moldy from the inside. So you can't really nobody can live there, and that's why they take it down and they built something new there. I don't know really what yet, but sounds good. But that's true. It's funny because the house where my sister lives now, what the one that she bought, still for a while after they had bought it, there were still people coming to their yard, shocked when they realized that somebody now lives there, because they used to come there uh, to use the sauna, the barrel sauna that was there on the yard. So that that sauna was unfortunately confiscated by my sister when she she bought the property. But that's, I know that that happens. There's not a lot of mushrooms, by the way, weren't this year. There are some, but I don't know which one this is. I think this is a. Anyways, this is not a good mushroom, but at least there are some here, you know. But there haven't been that terribly many edible mushrooms. That is one, but not anymore. I mean, these are too big. That's the that is voitatti, the butterbolatus. Much sign of Finnish people. Raking the forest floor. Darn. No, no. I have to admit, I'm afraid that we don't tend to use it, do that, raking the forest. I mean, that was so funny. Everybody in Finland was so amused by that thing. But this is butterbollators. These are completely overgrown, so you can't use them. But this is a really delicious mushroom when it's small and when it has not been eaten by all kinds of maggots. There has kind of been a mushroom shortage. Luckily, I still have dried mushrooms from last year, and we also don't use them for our business. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Perry Pilot. Um, my friend Kate, whom you have sometimes seen on our broadcasts, she she forages, you know, for their company as well, because they use a lot of foraged food in their products. We only use lingonberries, and we last week we were picking them. So if you want to see how to pick lingonberries, then last week that's what we did. But so for me it doesn't. It's not a problem so much if we don't have so many mushrooms this year. The next year we will, you know, it's always like that. But then this year, for instance, the rowans that we have now been talking about the whole time, you know, with these beautiful leaves, the rowans have had incredibly much berries, many berries. The berry load has been very high. Today I'm still going to go actually and pick some from my brother's property. He's got too many, he can't use all of them. And this is the rowan berry. It's funny because a lot of people used to think that it's poisonous, but it's not. At least the one that we have here. So if you know, you have to check from your own neighborhood how the plants that you have there, how they are, because there's of course different kinds of, even though they are related to each other, but it might be that somewhere they are poisonous, somewhere not. See? But these are full of vitamin C. The rowan berry is super tart, like it's very sour. But when you freeze it, when it has been frozen, then it's much less so. And there are different species also, in the sense that here as well, the ones that you have in the forest might be more bitter than the ones that, you know, have been planted on the yards. Like it's a little bit different species. But the old saying is in Finland that a rowan cannot. Yeah, yes, exactly. That's good that you do that, Timo. You give the perfect explanations in writing. The so they say that the rowan doesn't carry two loads in a year, and that means that when there's a lot of berries in a rowan, there's going to be little snow the next winter. So that would mean that this year there would be very little snow. Of course, that's, it doesn't quite work like that. but but what is true though is that it's not every year as many, and apparently it's every other year the rowan has more berries, and then every other year it rests. So next year probably there will be a lot less berries. I have to pick enough today. Well, I have to basically pick enough today so that we have enough next Christmas as well to still make the Christmas after, to make my favorite rowan berry jelly with cognac. That's so nice. It's like, or brandy, it doesn't matter, but that's one of my favorite things. I make a sort of a jelly or a jam, clear jam with the rowan berries. Let's see, saw palm. Aha, aha. Okay. Well, that's a hello, El Shabazz. I find that so interesting. What kind of, in different parts of the world, what kind of it is, what kind of different kinds of herbal medicines and everything you get. The lake view is so nice now, isn't it? But yeah, that rowanberry jam, jelly, whatever, that's my favorite. No, Kate doesn't do that. She doesn't like to be visible. It is. And this, look, this, I know that this breaks the view a bit. These are handy things. This has been this is a pier. Now they've already turned it upside down and left it here so that it doesn't float along. But this here, this, it looks like it shouldn't be here, but it actually needs to be here, because what it says, it's got to do. This is in the wintertime. You've seen me here before. This in the wintertime, this is snow scooter route. So the snow scooters, they come from up there. They drive from here onto the lake, and so that's why it says no cars and no bikes here. you can only you can only come here with snow scooter. Good marmalade candies. Yeah. But that's like what the grandparents would always have. They would have like peppermints and then those raw berry candies, and of course all the kids would prefer the raw berry candy, even though it wasn't like the favorite of the children, but it would be better than the mints. Oh, I wish I could show you all the colors in their glory. You probably can't see quite how beautiful this is. This is Lake Sirkkajärvi. Järvi means a lake, and Sirkka is the name of this village. Yeah, calm, beautiful. Look at that. That I'm pointing to the right direction when I look at my hand, but then I have to look through the screen. Yeah, that's the problem. This has a little bit. This birch tree has a little bit of that red color showing. Birch trees here, they don't often get red, but yes, it's gorgeous, isn't it? But here you see that on the lake sides, there's not so many rowers. They would be flaming red. Also, not so many aspens, it looks. And soon all of this will freeze. Can you imagine? Georgia. Okay. Ah, I love this. Oh, hey to El Salvador, El Salvador. I'm sorry I don't understand what you're saying, but let's at least you. Oh, pure air. Also. Oh yeah, crystal clear water. I understand something. Ah, oh wonderful. I actually understood most of what you said. I just thought I wouldn't. So thank you, Omar Perez Sanchez. Welcome to Lapland. You see those cottages there. So there's people have their houses, like there's some old houses, but then there's also cottages here. Lots of yellow. Yes, I think so. Majestic forest, yeah. We don't have so many leaf trees normally in the forests in Lapland. We have more needle trees, except when you go still further up north, then the needle trees, then you don't have them anymore. This is Sirkkajärvi. So if you look on the map, um, it's it's spelled Sirkka, Sirkka, and then Järvi. Järvi is J with dots RVI, and that's what this is. This is where I used to swim as a kid. I still swim in this lake, but mostly on the other side. Yes, exactly that, Timo. And the school is right next door there as well, by the lakeside as well. So from the school, they have gorgeous views over the lake. But that's what we have in Finland, anyways. Pine tree. Oh yeah, are you allergic to them? Some people are. Here we don't have it, so it doesn't work quite like that here because it's a bit different kind of pine. You do get a bit of the sort of the yellow dust over everything, but it's not so bad. Everybody in Finland has when they have a hay fever, they are allergic to birch mainly, or the willow. Let's see. I've got my rubber boots on, so I can make everything. Yeah, yeah, they do. Well, they don't put haze in the air here, but wait. Look, can't walk much further because I noticed that my boots get a bit sucked into the mud here. Now it's still possible to splash with this water. It doesn't take long until it gets so cold that everything starts freezing. Looks really pretty here though. You see over there, that tree has already lost its leaves. And it's pretty quick then in the end, how fast the leaves disappear. And then comes the most ugly time here. No, I am not going to do that. That's exactly why I stepped out of the water. First snow, I don't know yet. There has been snow already. You can't see them from here, but there's these fells over there, and they already were white from the top. So there has already been snow, but it didn't snow in the village here. So it might still take a while because it's not the coming week at least. It's not going to go on minus even in the nighttime. It's going to stay plus. Full of algae. Ah, right. Well, we still here in Lapland we don't have algae like that. In the south they do, but that basically means that the water is so much colder here in Lapland. So you have to be a bit more brave to swim in it anyways. But but it doesn't take terribly long though still to get snow. And of course this place is a ski center, ski village. So we kind of live from snow in that sense. Ducks, yeah, and swans as well, but I think that they have left already. There are swans in this lake, for instance. They live generally a bit further there. There's a few families of swans that come here. in the springtime. It's so, hey Louise, nice to see you. In the spring, it's so awesome to see them fly. One time we were skiing on this lake on the other side of the bridge, and when the swans came, and it was a bright, bright blue spring day, so such white snow that you had to wear sunglasses and a sunscreen, otherwise your face would burn. Yeah, and then the swans, they flew over us, and they are big birds. It was so beautiful. Oh, I love them. But yeah, at this time it's already there will be more migrating birds, of course, flying over us. There will be more coming that come from more north, but a lot of them have already gone as well. And you notice that because a lot of the berries, rowan berries, are still in the trees, so a certain bunch of birds hasn't arrived yet. They always come and they eat everything from the trees. It's funny because one day you have berries everywhere, and the next day they're pretty much gone. And then you get all kinds of drunken birds. There's alcohol forming in the berries when they get older, and then the birds eat them, get wasted. Okay, right. Well, here we already have the snow on the ground then. So October, early October, sometimes late September, but usually in October we get snow. You see the sun peek through from there. It is a wonderful, wonderful autumn day. Look, this is not an edible berry, this one. South America, yeah, we've got a lot of birds that go to Africa or then to the Mediterranean. Look at this. Wow, there's really a lot of these now. Now, I honestly don't remember whether this is Riekonmarja or something else. Have to check. But they have a lot of berries as well. Alaska to New Zealand, yeah, of course, right. I don't know. I just, what I love about living here in Lapland, of course, I was born here and this is my home, but I love to see how the nature changes so much. I think those ones can, yeah. There are even lethal berries, but we don't really have lethal berries up here, but they do exist. So again, like with mushrooms, always know what you're picking. Smells so nice. Yes, it does, doesn't it? No, it's to see the seasons change and those different things that happen. It's much more obvious sort of when you're here. Birds get wasted from fermented, wait, raw berries. Dolphins just yeah, yeah. We, as pure humans, wouldn't imagine doing that kind of terrible stuff as a nasty animals. Really funny though. Hey, Christelle. It is really funny though that it sort of exists in the whole animal kingdom tendency to try to get wasted. Weird. Escape the reality. I wonder if that's why the birds do that as well. Or they want to relax after like the long flight. Maybe that's it. It's the same as like all the passengers getting drunk on air, on the flights. I think I just discovered a universal truth here. Now we are coming back to the roadside. Now you've seen the rowan leaves and you've learned how the whole color changing business happens. You probably knew it already before I explained it, but anyways, always good to hear that again. Oh, hummingbirds. I would love to see them sometime. And then we've been to the lake, seen the abandoned house. I think we've had nice things today here, don't you think? Been nice hanging out with you. I'm going to say bye now. And then I'm going to go and pick some rowan berries at my brother's house. So, hey, thank you very much for, yes, it was. Thank you very much for having been hanging out with me. Yeah, that's how it works. Lovely to have you here. See you next week. And go and check out that picture on our Instagram. That's where you see those, the rainbow of the. It's a bit funny picture. It's a bit strange, but it does show you the colors really nicely. So hey, see you next week. Have a wonderful. Thank you, John. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Excellent. Thank you, Tommy. See ya. Have a lovely week. Bye, everybody. Bye bye.